Sophomore right-hander McCade Brown. 3-1 for Indiana, getting the baseball here today, and he has been their best pitcher. He is their leader in ERA at 2.25. 24 innings, 11 hits with 43 strikeouts, 10 walks, and opponents hitting 136 against the righty from Normal, Illinois. Sophomore, 6'6", 225. Bob, we've heard a lot about this young man, and we're looking forward to watching him. He's already had 7 no-hit innings earlier this year in a 9-inning doubleheader situation, but he is strong to quite strong.
I mean, it's he'll run that fastball up to 97 miles an hour. He likes to stay away. He throws a curveball, slider, and a change. The slider is kind of his out pitch, but the hits that you're seeing the innings pitched is what it's all about.
He pours the strike in there to the looking Sam Wilson, who leads it off. The Buckeyes DH and right-handed batter, 3 for 3 yesterday with a run batted in on a walk. He scored twice. Wilson swings late, hits it foul out of play to the right, and it's 0-2. Wilson, Oakley, and DeCenzo to face the sophomore. Now, he has issued 4 walks in each of his last 2 starts. We'll keep an eye on that. But from the windup, he brings an 0-2 to Wilson, and it's a fastball upstairs. Wilson ranks among the league's most prolific strikeout hitters. A dubious category, but they had a great day here yesterday. Part of the Buckeyes' 3-2 series opening win. He takes a curveball there, high and tight, and it's 2-2. The All Grays for IU with the crimson cap, the cream block eye. The Buckeyes have the scarlet jersey tops on, the white trousers today. Wilson pops this one up into left field, backing Murison to play it, and the left fielder is under it for out number 1. On defense, McCade Brown, I'll get it right. Brown pitching with Southern, Jacob Southern. Jordan Fusey at first. Paul Tates is at second base. Grant Machaki is at shortstop, and Colbar at third. Sam Murison in left, Grant Richardson in center, and Morgan Colopy in right for IU. Brown gets Wilson to fly to left, and now the left-handed batting Mitchell Oakley elevated to the 2 spot today. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Oakley working on a season-long 8-game on-base streak, hitting .259. Along with Connor Pohl, the team lead 4 home runs. He's knocked in 9, and he fouls that one back, and it's 0-2. Wind was blowing in a little bit, and now it's kind of swirling and blowing out to left center. Based on the American flag that flies out there beyond the wall and left. A swing and a miss. The ball dropped by Southern. He'll pick it up and throw it down to first, and Oakley's a strikeout victim, and there are quickly 2 men gone here in the first.
If Lonsway and Brown stay this sharp, this might be an hour-long game.
Preach, baby, preach.
I mean, they are, that is commanding right now. You got to really hand it to Lonsway coming out against such a formidable opponent. Great first inning for him, but Brown looks just as good.
Here's Zach DeCenzo, Buckeye Junior shortstop, 2 out of 3 yesterday with a run batted in. Drew a walk, and the first pitch is up and away to Zach, ball 1. The Ohio State junior out of Alliance, Ohio, and the right-hander Brown to the plate, and McCade misses low and away, 2-0. Connor Pohl waiting on deck. Outfield around to right a bit for DeCenzo. Bottom of the first, game 1, no score. McCade Brown to the plate. Swing by DeCenzo at a high fly ball to straightaway center field. Hit well. Center fielder back. Leaping at the wall. Gone! Home run! Grant Richardson went back at 400 feet. Went up. Couldn't get it. DeCenzo out the front door in the first. 1-0 Ohio State.
Never fun as a pitcher seeing a ball hit right over that 400 sign. The wind's blowing out pretty good that way, not taking anything away from it. But still, good start by DeCenzo. He has been hot these last 2 weeks.
Straightaway center for Zach DeCenzo. The batter now Connor Pohl. Hitting 190 out of the cleanup spot. 4 homers, 8 knocked in. That is the first home run Brown has allowed in 24 2/3 innings this year. And it went to the deepest part of the yard out in center. If he'd have doubled the distance, it had landed up on the top of the Woody Hayes. It's a ball to Pold, and it's 2-0.
Good to see Ohio State both days coming out and getting something early against two really good starters.
Pold fouls a 2-0 fastball back, 2-1, and he was spinning on that one.
Connor Pold was trying to hit it into the Jack Nicklaus Museum out there.
That's in deep right and deeper right, beyond a parking lot. 2 balls and a strike on Pold. Brown down a run in the first on the homer by DeCinzo. Pold rockets one, but foul to right field. He was out in front of it, and he hit that to the parking lot, occupied by the folks' cars that are getting the COVID shots in the Jerome Schottenstein Center back to our right.
I can assure you when you give up a home run, the next guy, even if he hits it foul, when you hit one that hard, it wears on you a little bit.
Oh, it's just a ball away to Pold. 3-2. 2 for his last 16. The Ohio State cleanup batter. He'll wait now on a 3-2 from McCade Brown. The outfield around to right, and here comes the payoff pitch. And Pold swings and sends it a mile, again foul to right. He is just a tad early.
Turn the field around, Connor. You'd have 2 home runs in this at bat.
Brown's payoff pitch. Breaking ball up and away to Pold, ball 4. A heck of an AB there for Connor. He led to first base. And the batter, Cade Kern, the Buckeye center fielder. 339 with a long one and 14 knocked in. The team leader in RBIs, team leader in average. 0 for 3 yesterday. Kern, he did have an RBI. He struck out twice. Takes a slider for a called strike from McCade Brown. Strike 1. Outfield around to right for the freshman right-handed hitter. Strike 1 from the sophomore Brown. After the look at Pold at first and the pitch, and Kern swings and hits it to third base. A bouncing ball played on one bounce by Barr. His throw to first, and the scoop over there by Fusey. He couldn't corral it, and taking third is Pold, and everybody's safe. First and third, 2 outs. It's not a good throw by Barr. There'll be an error for sure. The question is, will there be 2 errors? We'll wait on the scoring.
One thing that's pretty surprising to this Indiana team in both the start of both of these games is that they look sloppy. A lot of walks yesterday to start out. Bad walk to Pold there after the home run. And you come back with the error, see if Ohio State can take advantage.
Here's the left-handed batter in for Ohio State, Marcus Ernst. A 2-out chance here with men on the corners. Barr is wide of the bag at third. And the first pitch misses to Ernst, ball 1. That's going to be scored an infield single and then a throwing error, allowing Pold to move to third base. So if you're scoring, Kern gets an infield hit to third. The pitch is swung on a miss, and Ernst is 1-1.
Ernst, another guy trying to take one out of here. I like the aggressive swings today.
So a single and an infield hit and a Barr throwing error. And now the 1-1 to Ernst. And he checks. Nieder says he went on that pitch in his eyes and a swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Pinch hit yesterday was 0 for 2. A 219 batting Ernst. Homer with 2 outs to DeCinzo. A walk to Pold. An infield hit in an error has the inning continuing for the Buckeyes. The runner from first goes. The pitch is taking a ball, and there's no throw. The Buckeyes starting Kern. He stopped halfway, begging Southern to throw down, but there was no throw, and they may have had to play on with Pold. Stolen base, Kern is 4th. That's a team lead. And now a hit means 2 with 2 outs, and the Buckeyes looking for something from junior Marcus Ernst. Brown's 2-2. Swung on, bouncing ball, dribbled foul up the first base line. Jeff Mercer is the third-year head coach at Indiana, former head coach at Wright State. His coaching staff made up of associate head coach and pitching coach Justin Parker. Dan Held, the assistant coach and recruiting coordinator. Derek Simmons is a volunteer assistant coach. Scott Rowland, former big leaguer, is on their staff officially as a director of player development. Breaking ball away to Ernst in a full count. Bob, you got to like his first inning for the Buckeyes just in terms of the way they're making the righty work.
Seeing pitches, I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's not It's not rocket science, but they've been able to execute first inning of both of these games.
20 pitches already for Brown. He's about to throw the payoff pitch to Ernst. 2 outs of the first to run in. Ernst strikes out swinging on a fastball. The Buckeyes settle for a run. Leave them at second and third. And after one, Ohio State 1 and Indiana 0. From Learfield IMG College, this is Buckeye Baseball on 1460 ESPN, presented by the James.
From Learfield IMG College, this is Buckeye Baseball on 1460 ESPN Columbus, presented by the James.
Bottom of the second, 1-0, Ohio State leads Indiana. Lonsway has faced 6, struck out 6, had the perfect 3 strikeout, 9-pitch inning in the second. Bob, I don't think I've ever seen it. That's one of the more impressive starts to a baseball game I've ever watched.
We said that in between innings there.
Second inning underway, and the first pitch to Colton Bauer is hit back into center field, and deep in the center fielder back near the wall. Richardson couldn't get it. It bounces back towards the infield. There goes Bauer for 3. He's in sliding feet first with a triple. A 3-bagger up against the wall in center by Bauer to open the second, with the Buckeyes leading in the second 1-0.
And that ball out in center field, Richardson probably should have had. The wind is messing with him. I'm really surprised at Indiana right now that they've kind of been sloppy in both of these games. That's a ball that probably should have been caught. Give Bauer credit. He saw it, was not going to be caught, and coming around first, you could tell he was going to make his way to third the entire way. So good start there.
And now the runner at third and Bauer. Caden Kaiser at the plate with nobody out. Buckeyes leading 1-0. The infield is back. There's a called strike to the taking Kaiser, who in his second start at 5th game is 0 for 4 this year. I didn't mean to interrupt your thought on what we've seen in the top half of the first 2 innings, but the Buckeyes are looking to add to this lead as Kaiser looks at it low 1-1.
Oh, no problem at all. I said between innings to Matt, I said, have you ever seen that? And he's like, no. And I'm like, me either. I mean, 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 Ks. Unbelievable.
Well, 6 batters, 6 Ks furthermore.
That's it.
Right-hander sets. Brown works to Kaiser, and it's taken for a strike on the inside edge. Archer Brookman on deck. You've got to absolutely get that runner in from third base here. It's 1-0 Ohio State with a chance to add on as Brown, the ace for the Hoosiers, brings it in at 1-2. And that one's in the dirt, trickles away, or is it foul? It was foul. I beg your pardon. It barely hit it looked like a bat-handled foul that ricocheted off towards the Buckeyes' third base dugout. Wanted to the count on Kaiser. Made the start on Monday here, went 0 for 2 against Maryland, and he swings on that pitch and misses, and that's a strikeout. And so now with 1 away and 3 strikeouts for Brown, the batter will be Archer Brookman, the Buckeye senior catcher, who starts usually once a weekend, and that's when Lonsway's on the hill.
A mistake there by Kaiser, and just get the ball in play anywhere, especially up the middle, and you got to run for sure.
Here's the first pitch. Runner starting down from third base, and they may have had a play on. Brookman took a ball, but breaking from third and retreating. Colton Bauer, 1-0. Fusey at first was in. Likewise, Barr at third, but he's now even with the bag. McCade Brown behind the ball to Brookman, the senior, and the pitch. And it's outside, 2-0. Righty on righty here. Archer 1 for 17 on the year at the plate. Buckeyes leading 1-0 with that runner at third and 1 out here in the second. The 2-0. Brookman swings and pops it up behind the plate. Southern mask off with the play, and he couldn't make the catch. That was a tough play with the wind blowing out a little bit. It took him towards the infield, but the catcher for the Hoosiers couldn't come up with it. And, Bob, that ball probably should be caught.
I think the third baseman's got to get involved there. I mean, that's one of those ones with the way the wind is blowing. It kind of started up, and it looked like it was going to get into the seats. It's blowing straight out. That's almost impossible play for Southern. He would have had to kind of just stand there and wait for it. The only chance was Barr to get it.
But to your point, Barr wasn't really that close.
Not even
coming
close.
in.
He didn't even try to come in.
2-1 on Brookman with new life. He shows bunt and bunts to first. Safety squeezes on the flip to the plate. The ball's dropped. The ball dropped by Southern. It's 2-0 Ohio State. Brookman's going to go to second base, and the Buckeyes have a pair when they couldn't flip it easily to the dish, and Southern couldn't hang on.
You almost wonder if Southern was blinded by the sun on the last one. The ball was flipped right to him, and he just completely dropped it. And that's an easy play. Really surprised with Indiana.
No question. Jordan Fusey coming down from first, flipped that on a backhand pitch. Southern couldn't handle it. It rolled behind him, and Brookman's at second, and the Buckeyes have a 2-0 lead in inning 2.
Is that an E2?
I am going to guess that would be a sacrifice probably an E2, I would think. Stretched by Brown on the pitch, and it's low, ball 1 with Sam Wilson at the plate and Brookman out at second base. We await the official scoring call. But the Buckeyes have a 2-0 lead and look for more with a Wilson opportunity here, the runner in scoring position in Brookman. Wilson pops this ball up into short right field. The second baseman backing out Tates. He stands on the outfield artificial green surface and makes the catch for out number 2. Brookman reaching on an error by the first baseman. It has scored an E3 and a sacrifice. So not on the catcher. They ruled it a throwing error on Fusey. And that allowed Brookman to get to second base as well, that E3. It's an unearned run. Buckeyes will take it, though. The Hoosiers with 2 errors already in the game. They didn't score the previous play prior to that sacrifice on the catcher as an error, but a foul pop-up opportunity that simply was not caught. And again, as we've mentioned, Barr didn't come anywhere close from third base. So it's been a fundamentally poor start for Indiana here in this game. 1-0 on Mitchell Oakley. Stretched by Brown, and he's in with the ball 1 offering. Oakley swings, gets under one, and hits a high pop-up. Right side, Tate's the second baseman calling. Tate's catch. Oh, Tate's dropped the ball, and it's 3-0. He was fighting the high sky on a clear, sunny day with the glove left-handed. Tate's backed a couple of steps from second base, popped right out of his glove, never stopping Brookman from second, scoring on an E4. And it's 3-0 Scarlet and Gray.
I swear I think Southern and Tets at second, I feel like they were blinded from the play before. That's the third ball that we've seen Indiana drop in 2 games now on those high pop-ups like that.
Wow. Mitchell Oakley with no run batted in. It's an E4. It's another unearned run. The Buckeyes lead 3-0, and the pitch to DeCenzo. Nieder called that a strike. Strike 1. My goodness. You'd have needed an ironing board to hit that ball. It was in the left-handed batter's box.
I've never heard that. That's great.
DeCenzo swings and lines this ball back into right, but playable. And right at the right fielder, Colopy, and he catches that one. After his home run of the first to straightaway center, the line to right ends a very unusual 2-error inning for Indiana. The Buckeyes lead 3-0 as we go to the third, and Mr. Fire Lonsway coming back to the post. 3-0 Buckeyes from Learfield IMG College. This is Buckeye Baseball on 1460 ESPN, presented by the James. Bottom of the third, game 1 of this doubleheader, a 7-inning affair. Ohio State leads 3-0. The Hoosiers have had 3 errors in the game, leading to 2 unearned runs. It'll be Pohl and Kern and Ernst in the Buckeye round of 3. Fans are buzzing a little bit, shall we say, because, and this is where you hate it, man, when you got a pitching matchup like this. Connor Pohl on the first pitch, hits it foul back to the left. You'd love to have fans here. Unfortunately, it's not the case, but we hope you're enjoying the broadcast via radio or the stream, however you might be watching or listening. Foul ball. Oh, not a foul ball. I beg your pardon. That ball fooled me. It was nubbed to third. No, he called it a fair ball. I thought maybe it bounced at the plate, but Pohl squibs one to third, and he's thrown out for the first out. Bob, you watch what's going on right now with Lonsway. And it's one of those moments you'll never forget, I feel like.
As Jack Strail would say, Lons K.
Yes, on this day.
You just hope he keeps it going. I mean, this is a pretty special 3 innings we've seen so far.
Cade Kern with 1 out after the ground ball to third, and Kern takes it high ball 1. He had an infield hit in the first and stole second base. The pitch, and that's in there at the knees, a called strike to Kern. And again, we heard a lot about McCade Brown coming in, and that's not to overshadow, really aside from the home run by DeCenzo, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. His defense has faulted him behind him. But Ohio State's taken advantage, and they lead by a triple. 1-2 the count on Kern, and it's on the way, and it's a breaking ball upstairs, 2-2. Brown was terrific at Penn State. March the 13th, we mentioned the start where he had 7 no-hit innings. This ball's pulled to the left side on a bounce, play by Parr, moving to his left. He vacuums it up and throws him out. And there are 2 away for Marcus Ernst. Pitcher of the week that week in the Big Ten, and Perfect Game named him as well after 7 no-hit innings. But it was a doubleheader game that went 9 innings, so he obviously just shy by only going the 7 no-hit innings of perhaps making some history himself. School record and career high 16 strikeouts in that game. Swing and a miss to Ernst, strike 1. He struck out swinging, did Ernst to end the first. Brown, the right-hander, dealing to the left-handed batter, and it's taken for a strike on the inside edge. And it's quickly 0-2. The rock by Brown and onto the plate, and Ernst fouls it back.
I'm really going to jump ahead here, and we probably shouldn't do this, but can you imagine if he kept doing this and it being a 7-inning game, he didn't get the extra 2 innings to continue that quest towards 20? I know we've only gone 3 innings, but that would be awful.
The 0-2 pitch is bounced foul outside of third base. Past the Buckeyes' third base coach, assistant coach Matt Engel. Matty C. Matt Carpenter coaches at first. Yeah, it's a good observation, Bob. Foul ball back by Ernst, still 0-2.
I mean, if he just continues striking everybody out, he'll get to 21. It'll be fine.
As the old saying goes, you get the cart ahead of the horse.
That is
just
correct.
A tad.
Just a touch. So I said we shouldn't do it, but I'm thinking it.
0-2. Fouled out of play to the left by Ernst. Brown last week at Michigan State, 5 innings, 3 hits and a run, 7 strikeouts. As mentioned, did walk 4, and that was a win, a victory for the Hoosiers. There's one that misses, and it's a ball and 2 strikes on Ernst. Sophomore right-hander, 3-1 on the year. He's gotten pulled to ground to third. He's gotten Kern to do the same, and he comes to Ernst, the 1-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging with high gas. 4th strikeout for Brown. We head on to the 4th in game 1. 3-0 Buckeyes lead the Hoosiers. From Learfield IMG College, this is Buckeye Baseball on 1460 ESPN, presented by the James. With Bob Spears, Matt Andrews back at Bill Davis Stadium. Hayden Heilshorn producing our doubleheader today. 2 o'clock in Old Columbus Town. Buckeyes lead 3-0 over the Hoosiers in game 1, looking to get the first 2 in the series. Bottom third of the batting order here in the 4th inning to face the sophomore righty McCade Brown. And Bauer takes it low ball 1. Bauer hit the first pitch he saw in the second. Center field straight away for a triple. Later scored on a sacrifice safety squeeze by Ohio State that was aired by Fusey. 2-0 to count on Bauer. Seniors hit 9 of 11 games going into play today. He takes a strike, and it's 2-1. They drop him down in the lineup a little bit, Bob, and he immediately delivers. He'd been hitting out of the 2 spot, but a big triple in the second. The 2-1 from Brown is swung on and fouled to the screen behind the plate. It's 2-2.
And he struggled a little bit yesterday, so I think that's the reason he was put down there, but that's a great way to respond.
No question. It'll be a 2-2 here to Bauer, starting the Ohio State fourth. Brown winds up and brings it. And a breaking ball just inside. Full count. Didn't miss by much.
That's one of those ones that might have been a strike, but he completely missed his spot. You're rarely going to get that. He's playing on the other side of the plate.
There he hit his strike three called. Slider and right over the middle, and Bauer back to the third base dugout. That's 5 strikeouts now for Brown. Good pitch.
Yeah, he just buckled Bauer's knees right there. You could just tell he had no shot at that one.
Caden Kaiser struck out swinging in the second inning. That was with a runner at third base. He's 0 for 5, and he had a big hat there at the fastball and fouls it back, straight back for a strike. Strike one.
Good play by Southern there, getting that foul ball off the screen.
He caught it off the screen, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. The 0-1. Kaiser looks, strike 2 called. Archer Brookman waiting on deck. Ohio State and Indiana here today. Doubleheader. The game 2 starters. Buckeyes will throw righty Jack Neely. Indiana will counter with lefty Ty Bothwell. Here's a smash to second. Charging to play it is Tates, and he boots the ball. The 4th error of the game for Indiana. Hoosiers look snake-bitten on defense right now. My goodness.
Tates is really struggling at second.
Indiana came into this game having committed 12 errors on the year in 15 games. They've committed 4 here in their 16th game alone. First pitch is up to Archer Brookman, ball 1.
I mean, there's no such thing as a good error, I guess, but these are 4 really bad ones, too.
I was going to say, define good or bad error. You're exactly right. The Hoosiers had an error yesterday. The Buckeyes had one as well. 4 of them, though, already today, and not even 4 innings. A throw to first and safely back Kaiser. Indiana and Ohio State came into this series tied for second in the Big Ten with a .978 fielding percentage. 1 on with 1 out. The sent by Brown, and the pitch to Brookman is outside, 2-0. Indiana's infield a double play depth. Sun shining brightly here in Columbus on this Saturday afternoon, but everybody in the stadium in the grandstand seats the upper level in shadows. Step off by Brown. Dean Hansen occupying his box seat above the Buckeyes' third base dugout. See a couple of Hoosier managers, those box seats as well. But
Sun's out, guns out for Dino down there today.
if you had his guns, they'd be out too.
For sure.
Brown readies the 2-0. Fouled back by Brookman. 2-1 the count. If you're just joining us, Ohio State with 1 in the first, 2 in the second. A home run by DeCinzo in the first, couple of unearned runs in inning 2. The story pitching, though, has been Ohio State's Seth Lonsway. He, in 4 innings, has struck out 10. The 2-1. And it's low, ball 3. He retired the first 6 batters on 6 strikeouts. The first 10 outs were all recorded via the strikeout, and Buckeyes turned a nifty 4-6-3 double play to end the 4th behind him. 3-1 on Brookman. Foul ball back and a full count. Sam Wilson is next for Ohio State as they bat, leading 3-0 in the home 4th. Outfield a tad around to right for Brookman. McCade Brown to the plate. Fastball high, ball 4. Good AB there for Archer. 2 on with 1 out. The batter, Sam Wilson.
Bucks are halfway through this game, assuming it stays with 7 innings, and they have played pretty close to flawless so far today. Need a big hit, though.
Wilson's fly to left and popped to second. 2 on with 1 out, leading by 3. Yeah, you get these couple of runners on base around, and you're going to feel pretty good about things, especially heading on to inning 5. The pitch. This ball is right down the third base line. A fair ball, and it rolls to the corner. Kaiser will score. Brookman coming to third. They're going to wave him to the plate. The relay throw high. 2-run double by Wilson. Indeed, the Buckeyes get him around and lead 5-0 in the 4th.
Great job by Matt Engel, third base coach down there, seeing Brookman coming around, realizing he's like, you got to go. I could just tell. He gave him, let's move. Thought for a second he might keep him there, but that 5th run is huge. Going into the 5th inning, as you mentioned, huge hit by Wilson.
Sam Wilson, a ringing double just fair up the left field line. 6th double of the year, RBIs 11 and 12. 5-0 Buckeyes against the IU ace, McCade Brown. He had allowed 6 earned runs in 24 innings coming in. Those runs, and again, we'll have to factor them back, but I believe just one of them is earned at this point as Mitchell Oakley takes it low. Ball under the catcher, Southern. But again, his defense has been awful behind him here today. 4 errors leading to some unearned runs. But that's a big-time hit, Bob.
It really is. The errors, I mean, you throw in a couple walks. He doesn't have a ton of them, but when you throw them in there sandwiched around these errors, it just leads to huge innings. And good to see Ohio State take advantage of it.
Oakley 0 for 2. Ball 1 count on him with Wilson bouncing off the bag at second, and this ball's grounded up the middle to the second baseman. Tates charges on to field it, and his running throw is in time for out number 2 with Wilson going to third. That was hit very softly, and initially Tates, I thought, well, he's going to have to make another play, but he able to flawlessly get that one done.
Yeah, good play by Tates right there coming in. Not only was it hit softly, it was one of those knuckleball kind of cute ones. Got to make sure you catch the spin right.
Here's DeCenzo, 3 for 5 in the series, homered in the first, lined hard to right field in the second. Brown works, and DeCenzo takes high, ball 1. Ohio State has scored twice in the inning. They lead 5-0 in the 4th. To DeCenzo, slider in for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Thus far for Brown, 5 runs, only 2 earned here today. The 1-1, fastball up to DeCenzo. Zach just hit one over the 400-foot marker in straightaway center for his second home run, barely getting out of here in the first. Let's take the Buckeyes to the 1-0 lead. That breaking ball is up and in, 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Slider in for a strike called. He checked his swing, but it's called a strike, and it's 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. DeCenzo strikes out on a pitch in on his hands, but the Buckeyes play 2 more. An error and a 2-run double by Wilson after a walk as well. And after 4 in game 1, ticketed for 7. It's 5-0 Ohio State over Indiana. From Learfield IMG College, this is Buckeye Baseball on 1460 ESPN, presented by the James.